Rob! Cameron! That's it, Rob. Rob! Lee! Cameron! Just done sprint planning. What are we up to this week?
Yeah, so there's no Rob this week to speak of. There'll just be us guys in the office today, this week even. But for myself, it's going to be mostly DLC stuff again. So we have more work on the hexceed DLC. Hopefully get that wrapped up this week, get all the levels completed for Rob to QA when he comes back. As well as that, we have the magic DLC for William coming out at the end of the week as well. So just do the achievements and out post that sort of stuff, get that all wrapped up as well. And then, yeah, we'll work out what I'm doing after that.
Yeah, for me, I'm working on the dungeon crawler game. This week's primarily focused on the combat and the creature catching. They're both very basic at the minute, so just trying to make them like as good as possible.
Yeah, next one. And for me, it's going to be cutting pixels, getting the Halloween DLC all wrapped up and finished, as well as doing some store page stuff for Skystead. Laura will also be doing that, but I'm sure she'll be also working on some 3D assets for food or something like that. Okay, so I've been working on the Halloween DLC again this week, and this was actually an idea by Rob and Lee, which is a sort of like a night vision look. And it was quite creepy to do. It's definitely a fear of mine, walking through the woods at night, but I think it worked out pretty well. I was quite nervous on trying to get it to look right. Initially, I was going to do everything in normal colour, so obviously the trees would be brown colour, blah 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 blah. But I decided just to paint it. I was going to paint it normal colour and then apply a green overlay. Then I decided to try paint it outright, and I think that's worked out better. And I've also added in this camera overlay, as without it I think it looks a bit boring. This was initially going to be 2 ideas, so it was going to be found footage and then a different image was going to be night vision. I'll probably still do a found footage image in a different way, but I think the camera definitely helped. So overall, I'm quite proud of this image. I think it came out looking quite good.
Yeah, okay, so I have quite a few things to show off actually. So I guess first of all, I've been updating the combat a little bit. It was really simplistic to start with, and I've just kind of changed it a little bit. So all the enemies kind of move at you at different speeds, and they'll kind of zigzag a little bit rather than moving in a just straightforward direction. I changed the player's abilities a little bit, so you can now like hold your weapon and then do more damage. And and then when they get like a bit lower health, there's a chance that they'll end up turning a certain colour. So you can see this one turned yellow, and that all mean different things. So this one means you have to kill them with a sprint attack. There's one for jumping, there's one for crouching, there's one for doing a heavy attack, and then there's one more as well, I think. I don't know. There's a lot anyway, but what else? There was the jump I added, so I've been working on the jump a little bit. It was really basic before, and I've added a few things. The first one was coyote time, so if you walk off the ledge, there's like a bit of hang time. And then, yeah, it just feels a lot nicer. I also added in so you can hold to jump higher than you normally would. And I also added the like a jump grace period thing, so if you jump again slightly before you touch the ground, it'll still do it. That's similar to how I've kind of set the sword up as well, so if you quickly like slash the sword twice, it'll cue the input. And then finally the last thing I wanted to show was that I added in the net switching as well, so we're gonna have creatures that you can collect. Doesn't do anything at the minute, but I'm gonna set it up so you can collect them and they give you different buffs, like maybe they can give you a projectile, or they can increase your speed, or even increase the hang time, coyote time thing I was talking about. And then finally the last thing I wanted to say was there's a couple of issues with the stamina, particularly with the jumping. When you're doing the coyote time, it doesn't seem to refill, and that's something I'm going to have to look at tomorrow.
Okay, so as you can see, I'm still working on the horror DLC, and this is one of the images again suggested by the guys, which was sort of more of a horror themed image rather than sort of like cutie Halloween stuff. I think I've achieved it pretty well. It's sort of eerie in a way. It's not done yet. I've still got a little bit more work to do. I'm not entirely happy with the sort of window area. I like the design, but I think it could look more like a window. It kind of looks like it's looking through a hole right now, so I need to find a way to incorporate the sort of window overlay on it without interrupting the design. I've tried, but I think that sort of takes away from it, so it's sort of hard making it look right, but I'm going to work a little bit longer on it, and I also want to add a few extra details to this sort of paneling area down here. This is supposed to be a sort of, what do you call it, like a skirting board, like the higher skirting boards that sort of breaks up the wall, so I want to make it look a bit more like that, as right now it sort of looks like a line going down the middle.
So I spent most of today so far uploading the achievements for the next Wood Loop DLC, and as I say, they're obviously doing localization again because they all need to be translated into various languages. That's all being done. If I was like, I don't know, Dutch, I'll scroll down to the bottom, there we go, they're all in Dutch there. As well as obviously, as you can see, made the icons, they're all ready as well. Yeah, that's also ready to go, it needs to be tested still, but other than that, all that's left for today is to do more hexceed levels. So you can see there I've done most of them. There are only 20 levels left, and then plus the milestones as well. So I'm going to try and get as far as I can, and then finish it up tomorrow.
Okay, so I've been working on some Skystead stuff today, but I did manage to get another level done for the Halloween DLC, and this one's definitely focused more on horror. I did put a few horror ones in this one, as I saw some people in the Discord asking for a horror pack, so I thought I would try sneak a few levels into Halloween, kind of makes sense. And this one's definitely probably the most spookiest out of all of them. Definitely took a good while to do this one. But overall, I think it worked out pretty well. I captured the vibe that I wanted, which was sort of having that spooky sort of scene from a classic horror movie where they're shining a light down the spooky hallway and they're capturing something on the phone. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this one. I think I got the vibe just right.
So most of today, I've been working on getting the hexceed DLC finished up, picking up where I left off yesterday. I have finished up all of the smaller levels, so it's all been ready and pushed to build. Now all that's left is the actual milestones. Now these do take a little while, hopefully I'll get them all done today, but we'll see how far I can get through and get them all finished up.
Okay, so I've been working on a new image, and this one again for the Halloween DLC. Thought I'd go for a bit of a cuter look this time around to start off the day, as the other ones have been quite creepy. And this one was sort of inspired off a frog that Laura drew on the blackboard over there. So I thought I would do a cute frog image that I did similar to the cat one of last year, where we're sitting on a tree stump, however this frog is sitting in a pumpkin. It's sort of going green at the bottom, I think it's quite cool. But yeah, overall, pretty happy with this image. It's very detailed, but the image isn't too big, so hopefully it plays well.
Hello, this week I've mostly worked with Adobe Illustrator, helping Jack out with some logos and some localization. This guy's the logo in Russian that I did. It's not as nice as what Jack has done, but yeah, it took a long time, and now I finally can return to making 3D assets. Today I made some, what is this called? Oh, fish dinner. Kind of looks like a tuna steak. And today I also made this sushi, which I'm really happy with. I really like these dents in the board.
Yeah, okay, so today I've been working on the creature catch and stuff. I've moved myself just a bit further into the level rather than at the start, just to make it easier for this. So essentially I've made it so you can collect this book, and then once you've got the book you can go up to any creature and then you'll be able to collect it, and they'll give you some sort of increase. So you can see that increased my stamina there by a little bit. So each creature will either increase your health or stamina, and then they'll also give you a little buff depending on how many of them you've got. So at the minute, that one creature will end up giving you like a projectile or something like that. So you can see, I've got to tell you, the animation isn't the best at the minute. I've kind of just reused the sword animation, so I need to make that look a bit nicer. But yeah, you can see essentially it's like a magic projectile, and it'll be able to affect different enemies. Like, so I know I set it up so the combat can be like either sprint attacks or heavy attacks or whatever as a finishing move. So I also set it up that you can use the projectile if you have a certain colour creature. So there's going to be 4 different coloured creatures. There's going to be red, yellow, green and blue. The same as the little finishing moves that the enemies get when they change colour. And then it just offers like a little alternative. Rather than doing the finishing move melee, you can do like a ranged attack instead, and it works the same.
Okay, so it's been another busy day of working on culling pixels, especially for the Halloween DLC. This is one of the images that I got done today. Definitely a bigger one than usual, packed with more detail, so it took a bit longer. But overall, I'm really proud of this one. Definitely probably one of the favourite ones I've done in the past year, I would say. I really like this image and I love crows, so I definitely took the opportunity to throw it in. I was contemplating making it red like this, but I couldn't decide. But I think both me and Laura decided to go with purple. I think it looks a lot better. However, for the rest of the day, I've been working on some new sprites for the Colouring Pixels Halloween seasonal effect. And this is Laura's. She requested a rat, as she loves rats, but I did give her a little green coffee mug and just do a little walk. So hopefully I'll send it off to Rob and I'll get added in. But next I need to do Cameron's, and I think he's going for a scarecrow, so I'll do that next week.
Hello, I've got a time lapse for these baked vegetables. Spent a lot of time today making them. It took quite a lot of references to find out a way to make them look baked and shriveled. Maybe that's a horrible word, I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, okay, so today I've kind of just been working on upgrading the creature AI a little bit. So when you go in here, I've changed the layout a little bit, so rather than just a tiny little room where you could catch a creature really easily, I've turned it into a little bit of a maze sort of thing, I've been updating the AI a little bit, so rather than just running away in a random direction away from the player, it kind of just chooses like a line, the furthest away point in this room from the player, and it'll run towards that. I thought it was just a little bit nicer because the AI before would just run away randomly from the player and it would just always get stuck in the corner. So I thought this was a nice little kind of mini game thing to just show off what we want. It'll obviously be a lot more in depth than that, but for the prototype I think that's quite good. And then I've also been working on some different enemy types as well. So you can see when we go through here, I have like some really fast enemies set up, and I've also set up like a magic enemy as well, sort of. So they're a lot more vulnerable to magic projectile damage than they are to physical damage. So you can see there he takes like no damage off that, but he'll take a lot of damage if I do that. And yeah, I think the fast enemies actually work really well. They didn't work before as well, I had them set up previously, but when it was in the little room and the AIs kind of just ran up to you and just stood there and hit you, it didn't really feel much different than the regular enemies. So I think now with the big open room and the way the AIs kind of circle around the player and go in random directions and stuff, it's a lot more fun to battle them.
Yeah, you're in it.
Right,
Yeah.
should we do that then?
Okay.
Guys, it's Friday. By the time this video comes out, the Voodoo Magic DLC will already be out, and I think the Halloween DLC will be the next week, and I've just wrapped that up for Culling Pixels, so that should be a fun one. It's your turn, Laura.
Thank you all the Discord members for your help and support.
Yeah, and thank you all the Patreon members as well.
We smashed it. First time Laura in the video. Oh, just scraped my